You've been owing me money. We've been talking for a minute.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Get off of him, man. I'm calling the cops. I'm calling the cops.
Well, he hitting arm bars.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Jiu-Jitsu does not work. Let me explain. For this video, I'm gonna be having my boys jump me. We're gonna run real life scenarios. We got fake knives. Face is gonna break this down a little bit more because I haven't been at really any street fight scenarios, you know, or gang fights or getting jumps. He's gonna explain to you guys why he feels like Jiu-Jitsu don't work. I agree with him. I think we both agree though that if it's a fair one-on-one, nobody has a knife, whether it's concrete or not, street fight, Jiu-Jitsu will work if you're training it and doing it correctly.
Listen, so let's be clear. When we say Jiu-Jitsu don't work, we need to put a word after that in a street fight. In a real self-defense scenario, in the cage, where you know when you're in this cage you're going to get a fair fight, certain things aren't going to be allowed, etc. Jiu-Jitsu, yes, it's the ultimate weapon. But in a street fight, the last thing you want to do is be on the ground. Now, you're going to see this is my pocket knife. And I want to point out just real quick, when I was in the streets back in the day, I never pulled weapons on people just to pull them. But I kept a knife on me for defense. And it was always a Spyderco, about this big when it was folded. When it was unfolded, maybe that big. This is humongous compared to what a normal guy would carry in the streets, but I'm gonna conceal this on me. We're gonna create a bunch of scenarios that would be real world scenarios and show you why you wouldn't wanna be on the ground or attempting jiu-jitsu in those scenarios.
And I'm only gonna be grappling for this video. If you guys enjoy this, let's make sure we hit the like button and we'll do a video where I can strike. And always, guys, the best thing to do in a situation like this is run, right?
Yeah,
that's why it's important to be in shape, right? So we can get out this scenario. Just to break it down more on what we're doing, I'm gonna be standing in this corner over here with my ears covered. These guys are gonna be in this corner and they're gonna decide, hey, we're all gonna have knives, or hey, you know, one of y'all is a civilian, the rest of us are jumping them, and I'm always gonna confront one person first. And then I'm gonna just have to go from there. And then in some situations, I'm gonna start out in a dominant position, only can use grappling. These guys, we don't have enough shin guards, but whoever has shin guards, they can kick me. Everybody can stomp me out, punch me, obviously. So let's go ahead.
What we're gonna do for this first one, I'm gonna have him on top of me. I'm gonna try to work. First thing I'm gonna do is pull out my knife and show that I'm sticking him. Secondly, you guys just come over and start faking like you stomping and kicking him. Don't even bring all that, just bring you and you for this first one.
All right, so first scenario, kind of nervous. There's a lot of them, and I'm not allowed to punch, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. I feel like they would have got me there.
He's a dead man.
So
he was a dead man before they even jumped in. I was stabbing him from the bottom. Yeah.
And I didn't notice at first that he had a knife until I think I seen you cock it back the second time, and I believe you were hitting me here.
Yeah.
And then after that, I didn't even know what the hell y'all were.
I've witnessed a lot of people get stabbed. I've been stabbed. You don't feel it. You don't even know what it is.
I was stabbed in my throat. The first time I got stabbed, I didn't know I was stabbed.
You just keep going. You don't understand it.
And then you're dead. This second one, I'm going to stand and just talk with him a little bit, and I'm going to sucker punch him.
I was gonna say, make it look like a jack move or something.
And then let us tussle a little, and then again, y'all jump in.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them, bro. Anybody that says that grappling will work in a self-defense scenario like this is capping. All right.
Motherfucker, you've been owing me money. We've been talking for a minute.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Let him go, man. Come on, man. Why y'all beat him up? Come on, man. Come on, man. Get off of him. Get off of him, man. I'm calling the cops. I'm calling the cops.
Well, he hitting arm bars.
I wasn't expecting it. I was trying to do, you remember the Chael Sonnen and Wanderlei Silva? He's like, back up, don't touch me. But as soon as I said that, boom, you know?
And that's the other thing. So often on the internet I see these situations just like that. Two guys arguing, one guy throws a punch. Oh, that's a sucker punch. Well, for one, the guy who threw the punch don't care what you think. He's trying to get you out of there.
Everything's fair in a street
And it's
fight.
gonna be a lot different, guys. Like that could possibly be the shot that knocks me out or dazes me real bad. He has big MMA gloves and it's not touching my face.
Right, so, you know, again, I know what a lot of you are gonna say. You're going to say, well, in every one of these scenarios, a bunch of people jumped in. What about if it's a one-on-one fight? That's the problem. In the streets, you almost never get a fair one-on-one. Yeah. And when you do, you're very, very lucky. Go Google YouTube fights and just watch how many times somebody jumps in, somebody pulls a weapon, etc.
Yeah, and so I was able to land a takedown, but
you paid for it.
yeah, it's that's a scary situation. I can't imagine when people like y'all have known each other for life, y'all been boys for life, really care about each other, and then one of them gets in an altercation, like they hitting you different now.
No hesitation.
Right?
So look, what we'll do is give him just a little bit of time to make it real world. One of you are going to run up and just act like you're trying to get him off of him. Don't even attack him yet. Just be like, yo, stop, stop, stop. Do that for like 5-10 seconds. Then I'm going to come in with the bat. And you'll come in and we'll start. Yeah. So
Once you hit him, then I'll start stomping.
So you're going to come in trying to get him to stop? Or you
I got
Okay.
that.
Okay.
That's tough. It's just so much going on. I'm covering my ears. Don't want them to hear me. Also, guys, a lot of y'all are watching my videos, but aren't subscribed. All right. If you guys enjoy these videos, you know, make sure you subscribe. It helps out the channel tremendously. Okay. So go ahead, subscribe, and like the video. Comment. Let me know what I can do better.
Go ahead and take your gloves off so you can defend better. Yeah. So we're gonna start here, and then we're gonna go through. I'm gonna try to choke you. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Come on, man. Get off of him, man. What are you doing, man? Come on, man. Get off of him, man.
Yo,
Come on, man.
get off my boy, yo.
Come on, man.
Get off my boy.
Come on, man. I don't want no problem.
That's a real back. That's a cracked skull.
Yeah.
That's a cracked skull.
I felt that hit me in the back of the head. No, it didn't hurt, but I'm saying like,
Man.
no, it didn't hurt, but I felt it.
Imagine if that's a real bat, yo.
It is a little-
I just want to chime this one thing in, just real quick. Again, a lot of you are probably watching this and well, in every scenario somebody jumped in. So what I want to do with Esteban next is a couple one-on-one scenarios, because one thing that's not allowed in MMA is small joint manipulation, okay? And eye gouging, right? So let's test. Obviously, I'm not going to gouge his eyes or try to hurt him, but I want to see while he's working different submissions if any of the stuff that's banned in the UFC can be used to protect me from a jiu-jitsu and a
Because
one-on-one.
anybody in the street will go for your eyes immediately.
And another thing that we can't really test out safely is that he can bite and tear chunks of meat off.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, that hurts.
And Esteban, who's more flexible, is having issues. There we go.
It's been a minute.
Jump in. Thank you. Yeah. See how those finger bends?
Yeah.
So,
I didn't know how long. I didn't know how long to wait.
Definitely.
And also, guys, keep in mind that highest I ever got was white belt. But, you know, you've rolled with some guys that were blue, white belts. Still can hold your own. You don't even train grappling, right? So now if I'm a black belt, a serious black belt, scenario could have been a little bit different, but you can more than likely buy enough time for your boy to come in who was maybe letting a fair one-on-one, might see his boys in a deep choke.
Right.
Come in.
That's enough.
And look, the last thing, when I reached around and got my thumb in his eye,
Yeah.
if I had did that with any force, he wouldn't have had an eyeball. I promise you. You push that in, it's all over. So if you know, when I retch around, and I was able to do that with him in that rear dominant position, I reached around and put my thumb right in his cornea, okay?
Yeah.
So these things, people say, oh, those little things aren't going to help you. Well, they will.
Well, and then when you're grabbing my finger, right, I could feel him going like this slowly. As soon as it started to tighten up, he would slow down, and then I could get it out, right? But in real life, that's not going to be here slowly. It's going to be boom, cracking
Right,
it back.
breaking
right?
fingers.
Boom, cracking it. I would have at least probably had one broken finger.
Yeah, and I mean, these are techniques that are outlawed for a reason. And then even with feet, there's situations where you can take a toe and snap it, and believe me, you're going to feel that.
And on top of that, that's running that scenario. What if you had a knife,
Yeah.
right? What
Yeah.
if you had a gun? Obviously, you know, best case scenario for
He
me.
might choke him out. He might choke him out, but he's got holes in him.
Yeah, and best case scenario is for me to have a gun, right? But there's gonna be situations where you can't have a gun. Let's say you go to an NFL game, or you go to the club, or you're doing this and that. So there is situations where you can't have your gun, right? So if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments how you feel about this. I know this is gonna get a lot of you jiu-jitsu guys upset, so go ahead and complain down low. Also, a lot of y'all are watching my videos but aren't subscribing. It's free, it doesn't cost anything, and it helps me out tremendously. Big shout out to the boys out here helping me out. You know, if you guys want a part 2, like it up, and we'll do it with me boxing. All right, and
Hit the
maybe
like
in
button, man. Thumbs
like
up.
an alley or something.
Yeah.
You know, so
I like it.
let's get it.